What's up, YouTube? I have another knife for you today. Pretty interesting knife. If you were looking for a knife and I said you only had 13 bucks to spend on it or 15 bucks, what would you expect to get? There's not too many options out there. I was just on Blade HQ a few days ago and I saw this pop up on one of their new arrival deals, and it's a knife made by Coast. And they make mainly lights and whatnot. I was first familiar with the Coast brand when I had I got a really nice headlamp for my hard hat for work, and it worked really well. I mean, it beat the holy crap out of it, and it's still running now. I always use it, and I pretty much I haven't had to replace it yet. And I was on a project for 6 months where I was in some dirty stuff, and it ended up working out great. But anyway, besides that, let's take a look at the knife. This is the box it comes in. It is the LX330 liner lock, model number 19588, or that's the listing number on it. And let's open her up there. It comes with your basic information here. Not too informative. This piece of paper just says that it's telling you that it's got a liner lock and that they guarantee their knife against any defects or whatever for the lifetime of the knife, so you could always send it back. So again, for 15 bucks shipped to your house, what can you get? Well, we got ourselves the LX330. Let's take a look at her. Right off the bat, it's a pretty attractive knife. It looks really good. Tip down, not my favorite, but not too bad also. But take a look at that low ride pocket clip. I mean, you're only going to see that much popping out of your pocket right there, which is really cool. Thumb stud deployed. Flips open really nice there. You got a bead blast finish on the blade. They're using 7CR17 on the blade steel, which means you're going to have to be sharpening this a little bit more frequently than maybe some of you would probably like, but it will take an edge really quick. You could probably sharpen it on the job if you're pretty crafty. You know, a coffee cup and a leather belt, and you'd have this thing, you know, shaving hair off your arms. It is a partially serrated blade, as you see here. This guy is pretty big. We're looking at 8 3/4 inches overall on this. The blade length is 3 3/4 inches. Let me see here. The blade thickness is 0.11. So pretty average as far as the thickness on the blade there. They're using nylon, some kind of nylon material for the handle, and it is checkered to add for grip. As you can see here, it's got individual cutouts to your fingers, your choils there. And as far as the ergonomics are concerned, for the price that you're getting that, it's not that bad at all, really. I mean, there's a couple hot spots. I'll go over them in a second here, if my camera would decide to want to focus. Oh, there we go. And first off, I had a little bit of a hot spot here on the pocket clip. As you can see, this tip does ride up quite a bit. I mean, it's pretty cool because you can slip it back in your pocket really easy, but as far as for ergonomics, if you got a good firm grip, you do feel it there. The only other hot spot I found is right here with the liner deployment, or the liner disengagement right there. It does protrude quite a bit. Normally on most knives you would have it you would have this side of the scale recessed further so you can access that. That way when you grip it, it's out of your way. The other side, usually this scale would cover this completely, because basically you're only accessing it from this side. The lockup on this guy is probably at about 35–40%, which is not bad. I'd rather have more of a lockup, no more than 50%, but more of a lockup to ensure that that it is locked and engaged, than less of a lockup. So, like I said, ergonomics are pretty good. There is jimping on this. It's just on the nylon scale, so it's really soft. And you do feel it if you put pressure on there, but as far as grippiness, not really all too much. If you had gloves, forget about it. It would just feel like little bumps on there. I don't think you'd be able to get, you know, get that good of a purchase on there. But, you know, does it really, like, hinder the overall performance of the knife? I don't really think so. I just think if you were really piercing or penetrating or something like that and needed to have it, or if you're cutting something like that, you're putting downward pressure, so I guess it would work. It is rather relaxed. So large knife, 8 3/4 inches. It's pretty cool that they, you know, on something like this, because I wouldn't buy a partially serrated blade usually. I don't really like serrations. I mean, they do work well for cutting some kind of material there, but not that much better where I'm going to go ahead and commit to buying a partially serrated blade. But at the price point that this was, under $15 shipped to my house, you know, I definitely wanted to take a chance on that. The cool thing is this blade is so large that you have so much surface, cutting surface here, that the serrations don't really even come into play. You could really kind of, you have enough blade where you can sit there and cut and stay away from the serrations, that they don't really bother me that much. So, but overall, the appearance of the knife, it's a very attractive knife. It's for the $15, you can't really go wrong. I mean, if you just needed a knife to throw in a toolbox or something like that, it's not bad. Even just the everyday carry. I mean, this may be a knife where, you know, it's like the best $15 you ever spent. You could EDC it over a lot of higher end knives just because this may work for you. I mean, I really see the potential in this knife as far as that goes. Now, going back, the liner is rather thin, so you may or may not, you know, have blade play issues over a while. It's really hard to tell. It all depends on how the lock face and liner lock and the lock face on the blade really interact. If it's a solid connection, they both meet really solid. Something like this, something thin like this, could work a while and work really well. I mean, if you take a look at the you know, militaries, or if you look at the Lum Chinese, the liners on those aren't too thick either. So just really, I mean, the only downers I'd say would be the hot spot on the pocket clip and right here on the jimping. My personal preference on where the pocket clip is located, I always like tip up the tip up configuration, and this doesn't have it, but not a big deal. But I saw the knife, it was very inexpensive. I just figured if it was a total piece of crap, I only put 15 bucks in it, and it's not going to be a big deal. But upon receiving this, I'm actually really happy with my purchase. It's a really cool knife. Is it going to cancel out what I normally EDC? Maybe I'll try it out. Maybe I'll try it out and kind of use it for a week or so and see how it goes. But like I said, the fact that the tip, it's just mainly because of the tip down configuration. If it was the other way around, I'd say, yep, I'm going to replace my EDC with it, give it a chance, you know, use it for a few months and see what happens. But I don't know, like I said, for the price that you're getting it for, it's not a bad deal. You're getting a lot of knife. It's 8 3/4 inches long. It's almost 9 inches long, so it's a large carry. It's very slim too. Basically, that's how wide it is. It's completely, bumped the camera there. It's pretty smooth and rounded, so as far as taking up space in your wallet or in your pocket, you could easily, like I said, my big deal is you can have a larger knife and not really have to worry about it being larger if it's nice and slim as far as getting your stuff there, getting in your pocket to get money or to get your keys or anything like that. So pretty cool. Just thought I'd bring it to your attention. That way, if you were looking at it and like I was suspect, if you see a knife that's usually under 20 bucks, you kind of want to look long and hard and dig, you know, do your research before putting that money into a knife. And I figured I'd go ahead and save you a little time by showing you this video. So let's take another look at her. That checkering on the nylon's pretty cool. Pretty mild too, not too crazy and aggressive. LX330 Coast. They got a few other knives that are pretty cool. I'm thinking about maybe picking up in the future to kind of look over. But pretty nice for what you get. Guys, got any comments, post them below. Appreciate you tuning in. You guys take it easy. Peace.